I'm Michael Anderson. I am 51 years old. I'm large, I'm Scottish. I had a career in a corporate career in newspapers, where I started on The Scotsman. Then I worked my way through to being managing director of 4 newspapers. I started Metro in 1999, the free newspaper. I then got the dubious task of running the Evening Standard for a while. And then I went to work for Rupert Murdoch, and I ran The Sun and was the last actual official MD of the News of the World. During that time, I was very interested and intrigued by mobile. And in fact, we were buying rights to mobile content for The Sun, and we were starting to promote The Sun as a newspaper, web and tablet and mobile product. And I thought when I'd left that business that if I'm going to get back into a business, I'm going to go not to the newspaper end but to the mobile end. Today we're probably the #1 business apps company in the UK, employing 70 people, building apps for large corporates, and now in discussions with a number of them about building them not just for their businesses here in the UK but on a global basis. When you start a business at 50, it's not just about making a living. You've probably got some kind of exit plan, and you've got to get quite focused on that, and therefore you've got to have something that's going to be attractive to somebody who might want to come along and acquire and take your business to the next stage, because you've got life decisions you're making as well. The biggest mistakes are we hired some of the wrong people, and the greatest successes are we hired some of the right people. It takes a while for you to recalibrate from being a sort of corporate person who can operate in the comfort zone of a corporate financial structure. I see lots of my friends coming to me now, coming out of organizations and saying, I want to do something, I'm going to be a consultant, I'm going to do something. And I always look at them and think there's a recalibration that needs to go on before you're in a good place to really be successful. I wish I'd recalibrated faster. Probably for the first year I spent as if I was the managing director of The Sun on a great big salary, and it took me a while to realize I wasn't that and didn't have that, and I needed to sort of behave in a completely different way. So top 3 tips. #1, don't do anything unless you're 100. In our journey, which hasn't been, plain sailing from where we're, there's a way to go. There are moments where I've had to say that to myself, are you 100? So don't do anything unless you're 100. The next thing I'd say is take the nice things that you have and learn how to make them genuinely competitive and of advantage, right? So for me, it's a network of friends and business people that I can call on. The third thing is probably the whole thing about keeping it brutally simple.